Hi, Sag. Happy birthday. Happy December. I know I'm late. Really sorry about that. But since we're here now, I'm going to do the rest of 2019, I guess technically for you guys. Rest of December, rest of 2019, and then we're also going to take a peek into the upcoming year. So I'm just going to go month by month and just give you a quick little snippet of what energies to expect. So we're going to do the rest of December, just a very general reading. I'm going to do one pile for, one like small little pile for December, and then just one single card for each of the month of 2020. So let's see, Sag, December 2019. What's going on? Okay. So right away, I see you guys have a lot of, I wouldn't say it's anxiety. It could be anxiety for a lot of you, but I think for the most of you, it's just kind of like a restructuring of your boundaries and trying to understand what it is that you really need from life. Because here you have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, clarified by the Four of Pentacles in reverse and the Emperor in reverse. So it's kind of like something that you've been doing for a very long time that has worked for you in the past isn't working anymore. And I think a goal for the new year coming up for you guys is really just understanding what it is about you and your life that you want to prioritize. So a lot of the energies have moved into Capricorn now, which is the second house for you guys. So Capricorn energy is talking about our physical world, so the pentacles represented here, but also our personal resources that move beyond monetary or physical. So it's our emotional resources, how we give emotionally to people, but also how we receive things emotionally, things that we internalize, things that we accept as a part of ourselves, or things that we are able to understand as people's projections. So this kind of gives me the vibe that maybe you guys were living up to other people's expectations for a good part of the decade, but now you're finally starting to understand how to live for yourself. The Emperor here talks about Aries energy. So, you know, people can see Aries as selfish, egotistical, self-centered, but also Aries can be leaders. They are very self-sufficient and they know exactly what they want and how to get it. Yes, they can be unremorseful, they can lack tact, but because you guys are Sagittarians, you're able to transmute that energy into something a little less abrasive. So this is saying to take on the Aries energy a little bit more when it comes to what you want in life and how to draw your own boundaries, but it doesn't mean that you should lose yourself in that. So don't worry about, oh, well, what if my decision upsets other people? What if, you know, other people are mad at me? This isn't about other people. This is about you and your resources and your life and what it is that you want. So think bigger picture, right? Jupiter is your planet. So you guys know all about the bigger picture and how to invest in the future. When Jupiter is in Capricorn, it's a little less energetic, but it is a little bit more structured. It's just a structure that is something that you guys aren't quite used to. You guys do very well in Capricorn energy because you possess a lot of the same goal getting or goal setting energy as Capricorn. But you're just a little bit more magical. Don't tell the Caps. But yeah, you guys are just a little bit more magical than Capricorn energy. So in Capricorn energy, you're going to have to figure out how to apply your magic to the physical world. But in terms of physical world, it's less about job placement and it's less about other people. This is more about your physical body and how your thoughts manifest into your body. So this could mean your health. This could be about the number in your bank account, of course, but it's all tied together. So you have to start looking at it as a more holistic package, more so than just, this is my health, this is my bank account, these are my friends, this is my relationship. You have to understand that everything stems from you. So 2020 is going to be all about taking care of you now and taking care of your resources, your boundaries, and what you want. Because when you find that space, then you can be able to bring it forth and share with all the people that you love, and the things that you want to accomplish can be exponentially spread. But as of now, you need to start taking care of the more immediate surrounding, which is this physical realm, right? Because we're not just a body, we're a soul in a body. So if you want to be able to make an impact on the bigger world, the bigger picture, you're going to have to take care of your meat suit, your human body, right? The thing that you are controlling in this realm. So that's what I see for the rest of December. It's really restructuring your boundaries and what you can or cannot accept from other people, workplaces, relationships, families, whatever, but also the things that you tell yourself. There was a lot of, I tried to do this reading a couple times before, I just got distracted, but before you got a lot of swords. So I know this is something that is making you a little anxious, but follow your intuition. You guys have a lot stronger of an intuition than you think. And again, tap into this Emperor energy where you are able to be a little bit more selfish without feeling guilty about it. You're allowed to take care of yourself. You're allowed to say no to people. And you're allowed to say, I can help you, but only up until this point or only up until this much, right? You don't have to extend your entirety in order to make someone else feel happy, because in the end, it is not your responsibility. Cool. So that is, I just saw 505 on the thing. So that is the rest of your 2019, the rest of your December. It really is just about taking care of you now. It is your season after all. So again, if the sun is shining on you, allow it to shine because it is your time. All right, now let's see 2020. We're going to go one by one. So January. February, March, April, May, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Oh, geez. Okay. All right, Sag. My main thing, you know what, let's go through one by one because I don't want to just bombard you with the whole year when it's not even that year yet. Okay, so January. You have the King of Cups in reverse here. So I'm sensing that same vibe of you kind of overextending yourself or overgiving. So just be wary of that. Not only is it detrimental to overgive, it's also kind of conditioning you to not allow yourself to receive. So if you are in a headspace where you're not ready to, say no or draw boundaries the way that you need to yet, this is saying that you need to at least allow help from other people. Like, ask for help if you need it, allow help when it arrives, and just let people pour into your cup for once instead of you always giving and giving. Okay, so that's a theme I get for January. For February, I see you guys being able to move away from things that are mentally or emotionally draining. This is you moving on. For some of you, this could be traveling to another place. But yeah, I think in February, you guys are going to start to understand your boundaries. Again, boundaries keep coming up a little bit more. You see how they have a boundary drawn in front of them. So being able to move forward with some thought and clarity and more understanding. And in March, you have the Ace of Swords. So finally reaching some kind of realization, some sort of clarity comes through. This could also mean a message or some kind of offer. It could be a job offer or an extension of friendship or partnership of some sort. In April, you have the Sun in reverse. So this could mean that maybe whatever came in March is a good opportunity, but you don't view it that way. You see this as, oh man, the sun is shining too bright. It's too bright for my eyes. But in all, the sun is normally a very positive card. So if this thing comes in March, it might be something that you aren't expecting, or like you were expecting it, or it came in a different package. So if something kind of off-putting or, just something that you weren't expecting comes in March, give it a chance. In April, it might still feel like not the right move, but again, give it a chance and try to look at it from a different perspective. I think, again, that's what the Ace of Swords is saying, because this is also a new perspective. So something or someone could be teaching you something new that you aren't used to. Again, continuing that theme. In May, you have the Lovers in reverse. This is Gemini. So this could mean one of many things. The first thing I'm getting is, again, this is part of that new perspective that you're still not getting. So from March until, May, there could be some conflict in how you think or how you work with other people. Another interpretation is this could also mean some kind of lover's quarrel or like a quarrel between friends. So be wary of your communication and how you look at things in the springtime. Because in spring, I feel like there's going to be a lot of misunderstandings. It's like a lot of positivity, but it's taken the wrong way. So again, in June, you have the Ace of Cups in reverse. So sometimes you guys can be stubborn and single-minded. I do have to say that. So don't let whatever new thing this is that comes in March affect the blessings that are here for you in June. I see this as a direct doorway. So if this goes well, if you are able to flip the sun and the Lovers in reverse, like if you are able to take this new idea, this new perspective, this new way of thinking or perceiving things and able to flip it right side up into something positive for you, this will also be right side up. So I'm also kind of getting like, in the movies when it's like two people meet each other, but they like hate each other at first and they're always disagreeing or bickering, but then in the end they end up loving each other and they're like, oh my God, you showed me something new all along. This is kind of like that vibe, right? Where it's like you meet someone new and you don't like them, but then eventually you guys learn and grow together and then you end up falling in love or something. That's the vibe I'm getting. So I'm just saying, if you're not looking for romance, it doesn't have to be romantic. It could still be the same thing with just a platonic relationship. So a friendship or a business partnership could start off sour, but then end up being something really good. But only if you are willing to accept it and look at it from that point of view. All right. So in September, you have the Ten of Swords, but it's in reverse. So there's an ending of a cycle here. I think this is the ending of stress and anxiety. The same swords that you were traveling with in the beginning of the year are now no longer an issue for you because you're letting it go, or you're kind of accepting the fact that you don't need those defense mechanisms anymore. You don't need to view life that way anymore. You don't need to be anxious or scared because other people have put those ideas into your head. This is the ending of that. You're flushing out all the things that are negative. So that is good. In October, we have our old friend, the Emperor in reverse again. So again, the lessons that you're learning now in December are going to come up again next October. It's not going to be the same. Of course, it's going to have a different face, right? But it's going to kind of put you mentally back into the space of where you are right now. So think of right now what's happening in December of 2019. Think of it as like a practice round, like a workbook, right? And then in October of 2020 is kind of like when the teacher gives you the final exam. So whatever you're learning and studying now, be able to kind of recall that feeling of putting up those boundaries, of communicating properly, of telling people no whenever it's necessary, but again, without the guilt, without all the heavy load that you think that you have to carry for other people. So this is kind of like, you are going to learn your lessons, but there's going to be a test coming up in October. So make sure that you are able to set your boundaries with yourself first in December. And that way, when other people test you or the universe tests you, you'll be able to move forward and do what you need to do and not feel guilty about it. September, October, wait a minute. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. That's August, not October. I don't know why I said October. I'm so sorry. In August, you'll be tested by the universe. Okay. And so in July, you're going to be letting go of all those fears. Cool. So in the summertime, better to be a little bit earlier, right? Okay, yeah. So the summertime, you're going to be tested. It's kind of like the Ace of Cups is in June, Ten of Swords reverse is in July, Emperor in reverse is in August. So, again, whatever comes in March, allow it to teach you something new and allow it to open up these blessings for you. Because in those blessings, you'll be able to let go of all the pain. And then when the universe tests you again, you'll be able to raise your boundaries, but it'll be a little less messy. Okay, so this is the September card. So, Queen of Cups in reverse, again, calling back to the King of Cups in January. You have to allow yourself to receive help. Because it is descending, so it goes from the King to the Queen, it shows me that you guys are lowering your emotional walls just a little bit more. However, now the Queen of Cups has a lid on her cup. So it's kind of like you trade in one defense mechanism for another. So make sure that because you're allowing yourself to draw boundaries, you're also allowing yourself to ask for help and receive help. I think receiving help is a big thing for Sagittarians because they want to be able to do it all on their own. But sometimes you have to call in that lover's energy, that Gemini energy, and allow other people to come in and help you and allow other people to come in and offer something to you that you don't have. And it doesn't, it's not a testament to your character or your abilities, because everyone has something else that no one else has. Like, we all have something different to bring to the table. So allow people to bring stuff to your table, because you don't want to be eating mac and cheese for the rest of your life, right? Like, have some steak, have some potatoes. I don't know. It's a potluck. Let people bring stuff. All right. October. The end of a cycle, the World card. So things coming to fulfillment, coming to fruition, things ending on a positive note, and you kind of looking back on all the lessons that you've learned this past year. So this is kind of the end of the journey, the things that you've been dealing with in spring, like the new people coming in and kind of challenging your ideas, the universe testing you again at the end of summer. It's all going to come to an end because you have completed the work. You're closing another cycle. So congratulations. In November, I see the 10 of Cups in reverse. So this could mean I'm getting a really heavy family vibe, maybe something that you're doing your family doesn't approve of, or it's not really a disruption of your world. I feel like it's a disruption of someone else's perception of you or how you provide a world. So if this is like a marriage or something, it could be... Again, because the world was right before it, it could be the ending of a marriage. So maybe some of you are getting divorced or ending a relationship if you're not married. It could just be some kind of upheaval. Like, again, maybe you're doing something and your parents don't approve, your grandparents don't approve. So I see November is going to be a little bit of a challenge. But again, it's kind of like taking all the lessons that you've learned in 2020 up until that point and just kind of one-upping it. It's like another, like, okay, like, you passed this test, how about this one? Which I know it's not exactly what you guys want to hear, but it is important because it's just letting you know that your boundaries are going to continually be tested in this lifetime, and we're going to have to more and more draw on the Emperor energy. So this is just kind of you working out, it's you understanding how to use that Emperor energy a little bit more. Because with fire, although it could produce heat and it could produce results, it could also burn out. So in December, there is a risk of you guys burning out, maybe because it's due to the pressures of your family. Maybe you, again, are wanting to go back into that mentality of like, oh, well, maybe I should just do what other people would be happy with. Again, this is another test I'm seeing. So it's coming up again and again, Sagittarius, that you are going to have to take control of your boundaries and what it is that you want and what it is that you can provide for other people. So I'm going to pull an oracle card for you to wrap up this year and for advice for the new year ahead. Oops. Just one for Sagittarius. Be patient is the other thing I'm getting for you guys. Be patient. So, enact new strategies is your card. Never employ tactics that have failed you once before. If you are not moving forward, you are moving backwards. In procrastination, you forfeit opportunities. When inspiration strikes, act decisively. So, indecision is a direct result of you allowing other people to infiltrate your process. So, again, this is directly calling out to that Ace of Swords that I see in March. I'm sorry, I don't know why I'm getting all my months mixed up. The Ace of Swords in March. There's going to be something new or someone new, some kind of new thought, new opportunity, new way of thinking coming in. And it's saying that you need to enact new strategies. Allow this to come in and teach you something new because it's going to be very beneficial for the rest of your year. And if you don't, it's going to be that much harder when the universe throws something else at you, right? Cool. All right, Sag. I hope you were able to gain something from this reading. Again, sorry for being late, but I hope the 2020 reading made up for it. And I will see you guys in the new year. Bye.